shinobi in the water for the surf.
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, this is Madden NFL 21.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Here come the Browns on offense with Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick at quarterback.
It's okay if I give him a few props right here. Do you mind?
I think he's earned it. Go ahead.
Okay, how about a guy who was a two-time walk-on, who later became a two-time Big 12 Player of the Year, has the most touchdown passes in Big 12 history with 129, a Heisman Trophy into his credit, and took his team to the college football playoff semifinal twice while at Oklahoma.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Ravens.
And here's Jackson on the option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 28 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Conversion.
From the gun, Jackson being chased out left. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And that was the old QB one-man band play there in the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants
in the Yale Bowl,
right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
25-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it down all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
It's now
line of scrimmage, again the 37. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 41. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Ravens. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Right back to Dobbins on first. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 41 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
11 on the play. And the Browns 1st down.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So
fast that sometimes you just have to grab him.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 31-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Pressure too much. Down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And it's fielded at the 34. So a good punt there, but a very down and goal. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Touchdown. Nick Boyle there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries, still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for them. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
1st down, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On third down, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
Mayfield's pass.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. This pass into the arms of Snead. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On first down, Dobbins. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Good for a Baltimore.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Jackson will throw again. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Baltimore Raiders.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
And this is going to be caught. I'm not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To try again after the sack. Mayfield, he'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And an incomplete pass.
Mayfield.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Shedding the tackle.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And that will come the offense as they take over.
42-yard line.
The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll move the chains. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 17 more on that one and another first down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Jackson from the shotgun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Jackson now. And it's caught. And he's brought down. Jackson to sneak that time. First down, Baltimore.
Ravens. First down and goal to go.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
Nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
2nd and 4.
From the 31, Mayfield. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Mayfield able to find Hunt out of the backfield. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Mayfield throwing complete there to Hooper. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. But it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. The touchdown pass, Mayfield to Landry. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Parkey adds the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start by running the option to the right. The quick feet by Jackson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I'd get a few more yards if I just lowered my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, or probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Pass interference. Defense.
They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. On second down, it's Edwards. Oh, refusing, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And this offense continues to pour it on. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Conversion is no good. That keeps the score.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit.
Justin Tucker.
But going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And the Browns getting set to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Browns.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw from Mayfield. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Past the 20, 10, 5.
The quarterback forced.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Escaping the pressure, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down, Cleveland.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Open man is Higgins. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins. 40 yards. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
On the pickup. 2nd and
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Jackson going to run again. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns.
Jackson on the keeper.
Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Throwing, Mayfield. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Chuck Clark just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Kareem Hunt, his running back, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Returnable here from the 38. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football, because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Gus Edwards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Charles, it's one thing to win.
of Florida. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Taken in the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. The beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully.
And right away, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Recovered by the defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
He's brought down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup.
From the gun, it's Brady. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the green and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. 20, 10, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. A 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And
the defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And they're going to get it. That one's caught. And now the lead moves to 16-0. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And now, Charles, this becomes a pretty important second drive for them. They're already down a pair of scores here in the first quarter.
As you noted, they're down 2 scores, and to me, they're down a possession or a service break if this were tennis, right? Because they just gave one up. Only their second drive now. Run their offense, try and get back into the game that way, and then look for some help from their defense.
Try to forget about that pick 6 last time out. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete here.
Wilson certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted.
Blitzed by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Now, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number, that's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big pickup of 38.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Taken down by Bobby Wagner.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady to his old Patriot pal, Rob Gronkowski. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Bradley Pinion to kick off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 12.
Now Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Carlton Davis picks it. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But things don't improve fast then. I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And he loses the football a second time. And the Buccaneers have it.
Chris Carson, the ball carrier. A fumble on the play.
There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Brady gives this one off to Jones. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner.
From the 16, Brady. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
It's the end of the first quarter with the score.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now Jones. And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Down just shy of the goal line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get a second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. To throw, it's Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady to his old Patriot pal, Rob Gronkowski. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Nothing.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Wilson to Metcalf that time, 1st down, Seattle. On the delay, here's Carson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Mickens to return. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 24.
And here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they feel really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
A pass down the middle is fought for and hauled in. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now Brady doesn't like the formation here. He'll take a timeout, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Put his mark on this game.
Agreed, and how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Now a loose foot. Down. Well, this hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it, but if they turn it over there.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. Buccaneers. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit.
Bradley Pinion to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 20.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And Olsen over the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Jason Myers on for the field goal.
So we've reached halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
With the score, Buccaneers 52.
The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taking it about the 1. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. On first down, Brady. It's complete to Brown, right side.
And the Buccaneers.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
41-yard line.
Throwing now is Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. This offense is running away with this one.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
At their own.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football. That
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Buccaneers have it.
Tom Brady sacked.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. They will run it. It's Fournette. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Well, this is something that Pete Carroll should be pretty well familiar with. Remember when he told Jim Harbaugh after losing a ball game and Harbaugh went for 2 late against him, hey, what's your deal? It's the same situation here. Now, I'd kick the extra point, but I am reminded that plenty of coaches feel like it's not their job to worry about the other team. It's their job to worry about their own team. You have to stop us.
The Tampa Bay defense coming back out now. Recovering the fumble up on the scoreboard. They've got the momentum.
And that's a confident group that we see hitting the field again. Just what you talked about. Took away the ball the last possession. They feel like they can go ahead and do it again. They are locked in and feeling good about how this game is going.
And they're playing free. They're playing nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin White, the linebacker.
Touchdown.
So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. And now here is another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all...
And this is caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin, 41 yards. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
At their own.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
Wilson's pass.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. They always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Now he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Now he'll pull it down. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20.
This is Jones. A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25.
Jones, the ball carrier.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
It's a pick.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 18-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And the Bucs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And he can't quite pick it. No interceptions so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down and goal.
Double dog. That's the way. Mike's 50. Squeeze, double.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Oh, man.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Wilson. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
The Bucs will
fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On 1st down, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A 7-yard.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
The 32-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson underneath. He's got Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a
offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Tom Brady sacked. Fumbled on the play.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On the Seahawks' 31-yard line.
They'll go again to Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Brady going to look to throw, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Here's Brady. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
At their own.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not.
And got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
What was that, Rob?
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.